Factor theorem creates a relationship between roots of a polynomial and its factors. So before we understand factor theorem, let's understand what is degree of a polynomial, what is meant to be a root of a polynomial, and what is implied by factors of a polynomial. Assume that I have given a polynomial p of x is equals to x square plus 5x plus 6. The degree of this polynomial is equal to the highest power of x. So for this term my power is square, for this term my power is 1, for this term my power is 0 because x raised to power 0 is equals to 1. So my highest power is equals to 2, and that is the degree of this polynomial. Roots. A root of a polynomial is a value of its variable x that makes the polynomial equals to 0. For example, roots of this polynomial are -2 and -3, because when in place of x I put -2, then this polynomial will be equals to 0. Similarly, by putting -3 in place of x, this polynomial must be equals to 0. The number of roots of a polynomial is equals to degree of polynomial. Because the degree of this polynomial was 2, so this polynomial must have 2 roots. Let's verify if -2 is indeed a root of this polynomial. Yes, -2 has made this polynomial equals to 0. It implies that -2 was indeed its root. Now let's learn about factors of polynomial. A factor of a polynomial is another polynomial that when divided by this polynomial, that one divides this polynomial, then we have no remainder. Assume that my factor is another polynomial f of x. So if this polynomial is a factor of polynomial p of x, then p of x divided by f of x must be equals to 0. Now when we have learned about degrees, roots and factors, we can talk about the factors theorem. According to factor theorem, if you have given roots of a polynomial, then you can find its factors. So in this case my roots are -2 and -3. So my factors of this polynomial must be x plus 2 and x plus 3. It is because in this case my x is equals to -2, and if I solve this equation by taking -2 this side, then I will get my factor x plus 2. Similarly, my another value of x was -3, and when I take -3 this side, I get my factor of x plus 3. Similarly, if one of my root is of the type b over a, that means x is equals to b over a, then my factor will be ax minus b. We can easily check that this is a valid factor by solving this equation and taking first a here and that's by subtracting b from this side. So if we simplify this equation, we will get ax minus b equals to 0. So this is my factor. So according to factor theorem, in short, when my roots are of the type, let's say c, then my factor is x minus c. And when my root is of the type b over a, then my factor is ax minus b. So this is the summary of factors theorem. Let's do an example to make this concept crystal clear. In this example, we are given a polynomial px with two unknowns a and b, and we have to find values of a and b. To that end, we are given a polynomial which is said to be a factor of this polynomial. And in part b, we are asked to find all the factors of polynomial px. Before we attempt this question, let's discuss the steps. First of all, to find two unknowns, we need two factors. But we are given only a one factor polynomial. But this polynomial has degree 2. That means from this polynomial we can find factors, and those two factors will give us two different roots, and when those two different roots we will put in this polynomial, we will get two different equations, and that two different equations, when solved, we will get value of a and b. So these are my steps. Step 1. Find factors of my factor polynomial f of x. Find factors of f of x. And this will give me two different roots of polynomial p of x. So from here I will get two roots of p of x. Step 2. I will put those two roots in this polynomial and will get two different equations. And I will solve those equations to find unknowns a and b. So use roots to create two equations and solve to find a and b. My first part of this question ends. In the second part, I am asked to find all the factors. I have already found two factors here. There is only one factor remains. And we will also able to find that factor easily in our step 3. But we will do that step when we reach there. So there is a step 3 to find last remaining factor. Because we already found two factors, we can easily find the third one in the step 3. Let's perform these steps. First, in step 1, I find factors of my factor polynomial. I factorize it, I will get 3x squared plus 6x minus x minus 2. I take 3x common, I will get here x plus 2. I take minus 1 common, I will get x plus 2. So my two factor polynomial are 3x minus 1 and second one is x plus 2. So from here I get two roots. My roots are x is equals to 1 over 3 and x is equals to minus 2. I'm done with my step number 1. Now I will put these two roots in my polynomial px. I will get two different equations. I will solve those equations to find value of a and b. Let's clear the board to make more space. So the key output of my first step is that my two roots are x is equals to 1 over 3 and x is equals to minus 2. This I have to remember from my step 1. For the second step, I have to put my roots in polynomial px to create two different equations and solve those equations to find value of a and b. So now let's put minus 2 in the polynomial. 3 times minus 2 raised to power 3 plus 17 times minus 2 raised to power 2 plus a times minus 2 plus b. And because minus 2 is a root of the polynomial, so this equation will be equals to 0 because root makes a polynomial equals to 0. Now if we simplify this, minus 8 times 3 will be minus 24 plus 4 times 17 will be 68 minus 2a plus b equals to 0. We simplify it further, it will be minus 2a plus b equals to minus 68 minus 24 will be 4 and 44, so minus 44. That's my first equation. Now I put root of 1 over 3 in my polynomial to find the second equation. So 3 times 1 over 3 cube plus 17 times 1 over 3 square plus a times 1 over 3 plus b, and because 1 over 3 is a root, so my polynomial will be equals to 0. Now we simplify it, it will be 3 times 1 over 27 plus 17 times 1 over 9 plus a over 3 plus b equals to 0. And we can make it 9. So we have 1 over 9 and 17 over 9. It will become 18 over 9 plus a over 3 plus b equals to 0. And we can simplify it further by writing here 2 because 18 over 9 is equals to 2. Now we don't need a denominator, so we multiply this equation by 3. So my final equation will be a plus 3b is equals to minus 6. That's my second equation. Now I have to simultaneously solve those equations to find value of a and b, but because my board has less space, so let me write those equations and clear rest of the board. So I write my first equation here, which is minus 2a plus b is equals to minus 44. I write my second equation here, that is a plus 3b is equals to minus 6. And now I will solve them simultaneously. I multiply my second equation by 2, so my first equation is 2a plus b is equals to 44. I multiply second equation by 2, it will become 2a plus 6b is equals to minus 12. So these terms will cancel. I will have 7b is equals to minus 56. So my value of b is equals to minus 8. I have found my one value. Finding second value is easy. I have to just put minus b in one of those equations. Let's put minus b here. It is 2a minus 8 equals to minus 44. So minus 2a is equals to minus 44 plus 8. So a is equals to minus 44 plus 8 over minus 2, simplifies to minus 36 over minus 2, and that is equals to 18. Our first part of this question is done. We have found value of a as 18. So let's put 18 here. We have found value of b as minus 8. So put minus 8 here. So this is our polynomial with no unknowns. And this is a factor of that polynomial. In the second part, we have to find all the factors. So let's do the second part quickly. Using our first step, we are able to find two factors, which are x minus 1 over 3 and x plus 2. And because the degree of this polynomial is 3, so it has 3 factors. And in the second part of this question, we are asked to find all the factors. So basically we have to find one remaining factor. To that end, we can divide this polynomial by this, because this has these two factors. And when we divide this polynomial by this, our quotient will be the last remaining factor. So let's perform this last step, step number 3. I have to divide 3x cubed plus 17x square plus 18x minus 8 by 3x square plus 5x minus 2. I first multiply 3x square by x so that I can attain 3x cube. I will get 3x cube plus 5x square minus 2x. I will change my signs, minus, minus, plus. These two terms will cancel. 17x square plus minus 5x square is 12x square. 18x plus 2x is equals to plus 20x minus 8. Now I multiply 3x square by 4 to get 12x square plus 4. I will get 12x square plus 20x minus 8. And because this was a factor, so I will have no remainder. Otherwise I've done some mistake somewhere. And this quotient is my last factor. So my third and the last factor is x plus 4. So I have found all the factors and all the roots. My roots are 1 over 3, minus 2 and minus 4. My factors are x minus 1 over 3, x plus 2, x plus 4.